Warning: sensitive images.
Non-vegan? War? Oh, why not? Heaven and earth curse you, but hell absolutely love you in torture chamber or in the middle of huge bonfire.
Our programs offer many languages. Please visit suprememastertv.com/schedule.
We start off with 2 words. Made in America. Made in America.
Biden promised to be a president that would unite the country, but since the start of his campaign, up to today, the United States is more divided than ever. The USA is experiencing higher crime rates due to poor policies backed by Biden, whose senseless strategies continue to cause suffering for citizens within the country. Please watch on for Prophecy Part 244, Prophecies by the English Soothsayer, Mother Shipton.
We are all animals. Love them, don't eat them. Adam Zampa, vegan.
Making peace? Wow. The whole world will be thanking God and kowtow to you.
Noble greetings, blessed viewers. I'm Druid Ian. With a profound love for Mother Earth and the harmony of all her inhabitants. The uplifted people of the United Kingdom wish you the joy of spiritual fulfillment. May we walk in respect for the divine teachings of all enlightened masters.
Non-veg? No big deal. This will cause only catastrophic climate change, war, all kind of pandemic, incurable diseases, strange flesh-eater worms, hunger, etc. And finally, a destroyed planet.
Throughout the history of mankind, the divine messages are often shrouded in mystery. Prophets, messiahs, or whichever names you call them, are often persecuted and oppressed, their words obscured. But how do we distinguish the true from the false? To do so, one can only rely on the divine's guidance, and the truth will reveal itself to those who earnestly seek it. In this episode, we continue our examination of Joe Biden's broken promises in relation to Mother Shipton's premonition.
The king shall false promise make, and talk just for talking's sake.
Some samples of Biden's false claims and promises. Political matters. A president of disunity.
Let's start afresh. All of us. Stop the shouting and lower the temperature. For without unity, there is no peace.
Biden promised to be a president that will unite the country. But since the start of his campaign up to today, the United States is more divided than ever, and the Biden administration played their part in it.
He was supposed to unite the country, but lately all it seems Biden wants to do is cause division. It's been a full week of Biden's relentless attacks on those semi-fascist MAGA Republicans.
I don't respect these MAGA Republicans. The MAGA Republicans are destroying America. They don't believe in democracy. The MAGA Republicans in Congress.
I think we're more divided than we ever were.
Far more. He's the most divisive president in the history of the United States, at least in my lifetime.
Americans' safety.
Before the elections, he claimed he wanted America to be safe from crime, looting and violence. But crime rates have been rising since his administration settled in the White House.
Some businesses on the West Coast are struggling to stay open now as workers report crime on the rise. A Starbucks spokesperson announced yesterday the coffee chain is permanently closing 14 stores, 6 in Seattle, 6 around LA, 2 more in Portland, Oregon. The Wall Street Journal reports the moves come after employees complained about safety concerns and rampant drug use among customers and people out on the street. Meantime, multiple 7-Eleven locations closed last night in Southern California after a series of shootings and violent robberies at the stores.
Violent crime is way up and claiming victims here in Los Angeles at a rate we haven't seen in decades. Already this year, at least 143 people have been murdered. Hundreds more have been shot.
So far in 2022, crime is up nearly 45% from last year. Nationally, homicide rates have risen by an average of 37% in the biggest cities. So far this year in Chicago, violent crime is up 36%, and Los Angeles 6% compared to the same time last year.
Despite the rise in crime, Biden and his administration have expressed support for weakened bail policies. A national strategy released on October 2021 stated, "And we will work to end cash bail and reform our pretrial system. This system allows those arrested for crimes, including violent and repeat felonies, to go free until their trial, effectively giving them the freedom to commit further crimes against members of society in the meantime."
Let me use this as an example. Police in New York arrested a man for a random and unprovoked murder aboard a subway train last weekend. And the offender was previously arrested for assault, robbery, menacing, and grand larceny, in addition to 3 other cases that are still pending. He was also previously convicted of attempted murder. He was arrested on April 22nd for stealing a motorcycle, but the judge set a nominal bail of $1, rejecting the prosecutor's request for a $15,000 bail. So if the judge had set bail consistent with this offender's demonstrated record of violence, he might have prevented the senseless murder last weekend. So, how can you justify your opposition to cash bail in light of the clear preventative effect cash bail has on keeping violent offenders off our streets?
Moreover, Biden lobbies for abortions. Abortion was the leading cause of death worldwide in 2021. But many experts state that abortions are not only violent, but inflict suffering and pain onto the unborn baby. His stance fails to protect the rights of those unborn babies as American citizens.
Congress must restore the right that was taken away in Roe v. Wade and protect Roe v. Wade. The Vice President and I are doing everything to protect access to reproductive health care. Well, already more than a dozen states are enforcing extreme abortion bans. Make no mistake about it. If Congress passes a national ban, I will veto it.
Our most beloved Supreme Master Ching Hai, vegan, shared her insights about Biden's destructive policies.
The people in the White House right now who support the worst abortion bill in the history of your country, they are devils. They're working for the devils. They're evil.
Yes, Master.
Because no one would like to kill babies that way. Oh, God, even up to the day of birth. You hear me or not?
Yes,
on the
Master.
news, it's not me who talk. It's in their abortion law.
Yes.
Protecting the murderers, earning money from that.
Terrible.
Even in any war, there cannot be so many deaths like that. In the Iraq war, they had 4,500 something soldiers dead, American soldiers.
Yes.
In Afghanistan, they had 2,400 dead soldiers, even in the war, and in other wars also.
Yes, Master.
Not innocent people, innocent babies die in millions like this, tens of millions, just in a short period of time. Talking about pre-kindergarten, so care for whomever. Oh, God. It is all devil's talk. Yeah,
Yes.
they don't even know what they're talking about.
Yeah.
According to this, they are just blah, blah.
Yeah. Yes.
Like somebody has written the text and they just read it.
Yeah.
How can you do things opposite to what you say?
Yes.
And worse, and just killing innocent by millions like this?
Yes.
Looks like this Biden and administration, they are all out for blood. They're out to destroy your country. They're out to kill all the, whatever they can, in whatever means they can, up to now.
Yes.
Babies, children are the future of any country.
Yes.
Everyone knows that. And they go ahead just killing them. Just make it so easy and simple. Even pay for it. Huh?
Yes. Yeah.
Many people are hungry. They don't care. They want to pay for killing their own citizens.
Yes, Master.
If that is not civil war, then what is it then?
Failing to better the lives of working class Americans.
In his tweet the day before the election, Biden highlighted that he would work for middle-class and low-income Americans. He said it again weeks after.
It's time to reward work, not just wealth in America.
But during his first year in office, among households making less than $40,000 a year, 71% were suffering hardships due to inflation. And as of July 2022, 71% of all US workers were struggling to meet their cost of living as inflation was out of their capacity. American households are officially struggling just to survive. 17% of them missed or delayed payment of their utility bills. The survey says that these citizens could come under pressure to make cuts in their other spending in order to keep the lights on.
The utility bill save that never happened.
An opinion piece appearing under his name in the Wall Street Journal. And in it, he wrote these words, quote, "A dozen CEOs of America's largest utility companies told me earlier this year that my plan would reduce the average family's annual utility bills by $500 and accelerate our transition from energy produced by autocrats." Well, not so fast. Even the Washington Post, which until very recently has been the modern-day corporate Pravda of the Biden administration, found this to be too much. Their fact-checker, the reliably left-biased Glenn Kessler, awarded Biden's claims 4 Pinocchios, pointing out that there was no reference to the savings in the transcript of the meeting with the utility executives, nor in the readout either, and that, in fact, most of the cost reductions he's referring to come from the reduced cost of driving and are expected to kick in around 2030 when Biden will be out of office and will probably not be allowed to drive anymore anyway.
We will look into more of his broken promises next week.
Win or lose, your war will reserve a great seat for you in the middle of the huge fire.
Wondrous viewers, thank you for joining us today. Please tune in again next week as we voyage further into the eloquent verses of the esteemed prophet Mother Shipton. Coming up next is Progressive Cities, Halting Climate Change Through the Plant-Based Treaty, Part 3 of a multi-part series, right after Noteworthy News. Please stay tuned to Supreme Master Television. May your spiritual journey be guided by the perfection of God's arrangement.
Non-veg? Eating the animal flesh won't hurt you? Surely not. Just cut a piece of your limb, and then you can feel the horrible pain.
Be vegan, make peace, do good deeds, hell not reach.
Russia, leave Ukraine or your reign now. Peace be with you too. Our programs offer many languages. Please visit suprememastertv.com/schedule and suprememastertv.com/AP.
Nos programmes offrent plusieurs langues. Veuillez visiter suprememastertv.com/schedule et suprememastertv.com/AP.
Nuestros programas ofrecen varios idiomas. Visiten suprememastertv.com/schedule i suprememastertv.com/AP.
Naše programy nabízejí více jazyků. Prosím, navštivte suprememastertv.com/schedule a suprememastertv.com/AP